The meaning of a spiritual retreat can be different for different religious communities. Spiritual retreats are an integral part of many Hindus, Buddhist, Christian and Sufi communities. In Hinduism and Buddhism, meditative retreats are seen by some as an intimate way of deepening powers of concentration and insight. Retreats are also popular in Christian churches, and were established in today's form by St. Ignatius of Loyola in his spiritual exercises. Ignatius was later to be made patron saint of spiritual retreats by Pope Pius XI in 1922. Many Protestants, Catholics and Orthodox Christians partake in and organize spiritual retreats each year. Meditative retreats are an important practice in Sufism, the mystical path of Islam. The Sufi teacher Ibn Arabi's book Journey to the Lord of Power is a guide to the inner journey that was published over 700 years ago. Buddhism. A retreat can either be a time of solitude or a community experience. Some retreats are held in silence, and on others there may be a great deal of conversation, depending on the understanding and accepted practices of the host facility and/or the participant. Retreats are often conducted at rural or remote locations, either privately or at a retreat center such as a monastery. Some retreats for advanced practitioners may be undertaken in darkness, a form of retreat that is common as an advanced Dzogchen practice in the Nyingma school of Tibetan Buddhism. Spiritual retreats allow time for reflection, prayer, or meditation. They are considered essential in Buddhism, having been a common practice since the Vassa or rainy season retreat was established by the founder of Buddhism, Gautama Buddha. In Zen Buddhism, retreats are known as session. Christianity. The Christian retreat can be defined in the most simplest of terms as a definite time spent away from one's normal life for the purpose of reconnecting, usually in prayer, with God. Although the practice of leaving one's everyday life to connect on a deeper level with God, be that in the desert or in a monastery, is as old as Christianity itself, the practice of spending a specific time away with God is a more modern phenomenon dating from the 1520s, and St. Ignatius of Loyola's composition of the spiritual exercises. Jesus fasting in the desert for 40 days is used as a biblical justification of retreats. Roman Catholicism. In the 20th century, 3-day retreats were popularized by the Curcio movement based on Ignatian spirituality. The retreat was popularized in Roman Catholicism by the Society of Jesus, whose founder, St. Ignatius of Loyola, as a layman began, in the 1520s, directing others in making the exercises. Another form the exercises came in, which became known as the 19th observation, allowed continuing one's ordinary occupations with the proviso of setting aside a few hours a day for this special purpose. The spiritual exercises were intended for people wanting to live closer to God's will for the life. Following the growth of the Curcio movement in Spain, similar retreats have become popular, either using licensed Curcio material or independent material loosely based on its concepts, leading to the development of the 3-day movement. Sufi retreats are spiritual khalwa. The translation of khalwa from Arabic is seclusion or separation, but it has a different connotation in Sufi terminology. It is the act of total self-abandonment in desire for the divine presence. In complete seclusion, the Sufi continuously repeats the name of God as a highest form of dhikr. In his book, Journey to the Lord of Power, Mahid Ibn Arabi discussed the stages through which the Sufi passes in his khalwa. Ibn Arabi suggested the Sufi should shut his door against the world for 40 days and occupy himself with remembrance of Allah, that is, to keep repeating Allah, Allah. Then, Almighty God will spread before him the degrees of the kingdom as a test. First, he will discover the secrets of the mineral world. If he occupies himself with dhikr, he will unveil to the secrets of the vegetable world, then the secrets of the animal world, then the infusion of the world of life force into lives, then the surface sign, then the degrees of speculative sciences, then the world of formation and adornment and beauty, then the degrees of the QUTB, then he will be given the divine wisdom and the power of symbols and authority over the veil and the unveiling. The degree of the divine presence is made clear to him. The garden and hell are revealed to him. Then the original forms of the Son of Adam, the throne of mercy. If it is appropriate, he will know his destination. Then he will reveal to him the pen, the first intellect, then the mover of the pen, the right hand of the truth. The practice of Kalwa is regularly followed by the Sufis, with the permission and the supervision of a Sufi authority. The Sufis base the assigning of 40 days of Kalwa period on the 40 days Allah had appointed for Musa as a fasting period before speaking to him, as mentioned in different chapters in the Quran. One of them is from Surat al-Baqarah. Kalwa is still practiced today amongst authorized sheikhs, such as Maulana Sheikh Izim al-Haqqani, Lefka, Cyprus. Yoga. In modern yoga, a retreat is often a recreational holiday, where everyday business is left for a few days up to weeks. The goal is to let go of daily stress and problems by doing asana rather than pure meditation. Sometimes retreats are offered as organized travels abroad.